New this morning, a new timeline in the Sun Prairie West High School scandal, giving us the most detailed accounts yet on the controversy.
Plus, parents and Wisconsin officials issuing a new funding warning on programs to help those with disabilities. How a possible drop could impact the classroom.
And how you can raise a glass to freedom and get your tickets to the upcoming winter performances of Hamilton.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning on your Tuesday, September 23rd. I'm Kyrie Unley.
I'm Chris Stanford. Thanks for joining us. I'm just waiting for one of those mornings where I can grab the jacket again when I head out the door.
You know what?
I love the crisp fall feeling whenever I step out in the morning. You know I love that.
And that's fine. You know what? No one is stopping you from wearing that jacket in the morning.
Well, nature's stopping me.
And like, if you want to be a little warm coming in, then that's okay.
The days are oh so comfortable, though. I mean, the temperatures don't get much better than this. If you just like, 70s and sunny, and who likes that?
I think two of us, at least two of the three here, definitely.
All right, so are we going to get more of the same today, Savannah? What do you think?
Yeah, I think a little cooler the next few days, so not necessarily unseasonable. We'll be closer to what's normal in the lower 70s the next few days. We do have a couple of spotty showers, but as we get closer to that Friday and weekend time frame, that's when summer weather is going to return and dry weather with lots of sunshine. Can't rule out a couple of spotty showers today, but most of us should stay partly sunny. We have a lot of fog, and some of that is dense northwest of Madison. Wisconsin Dells is down to a quarter or half a mile. Camp Douglas at a quarter, same with Boscobel and La Crosse. It is getting into far western Dane County, and this looking a little bit more prominent. Still not dense, but you might encounter some patchy lighter fog if you're traveling west of the city of Madison. Fog is going to clear by mid to late morning again, maybe a few showers, but then we are tracking some cooler weather. We'll have more details on that coming up.
Sounds good. New this morning, the Sun Prairie School District releasing new records showing what staff knew months before police began investigating a former West High School dean. Robert Gilkey-Meisegeier is charged with 15 child sex crimes. The documents show a tip in April about his alleged grooming of a student, and that it was dismissed after only a brief review, allowing him to return to work. He was then fired in June after failing to report abuse and warning another staff member about a sexual misconduct rumor. The release comes as parents continue to demand answers and transparency while an independent investigation into the district's handling of the case is still underway. Coming up in our next half hour, we'll break down the key events in this newly released timeline. The Department of Public Instruction says the Deafblind Assistance Project will lose federal funding by the end of the month. A parent who relies on the program describes the loss as a gut punch. The program serves 170 students from birth to age 21. 85% of them have 4 or more disabilities. It provides services to deafblind students so needs are met in the classroom, including lending equipment and sign language learning.
Community and group and just the knowledge base there of trying to work with a special needs kid that's deaf and blind. It's very specific, and so there's some unique challenges. And this group has really helped connect us with people and do stuff there. And they've been a huge support for our school district, and then like our speech therapist, OT, and like everybody there.
The U.S. Department of Education says the program reflects the prior administration's priorities and policy preferences and conflicts with those of the current administration. State Superintendent Dr. Jill Underly saying losing these dollars at this point of the year will be devastating for the kids who need these supports the most.
Now to national news. Right now, nearly 100 world leaders are gathered in New York City for high-stakes talks amid rising international tensions, including in the Middle East. Ahead of this week's United Nations General Assembly, nearly 80% of member nations now back Palestinian statehood after 9 more countries recognized it just this week. But the U.S. is not pushing for statehood and has denied visas to Palestinian leaders, effectively barring them from attending this year's General Assembly. And there are growing concerns over the Trump administration's new worker visa application fee. The administration is now clarifying that only new H-1B visa applications will be subject to the $100,000 fee. Officials say the rule is meant to address abuse of the program. The policy is set to expire after 1 year, but could be extended.
The man accused of trying to assassinate President Trump at a golf course is now resting his case. Ryan Root declined to take the stand in his own defense. He did question 3 witnesses before the judge cut him off. He also pressed character witnesses. However, the judge ruled many of Root's questions irrelevant. It's unclear when closing arguments are expected to begin.
Many news outlets are pushing back against the Pentagon's new restrictions on journalists. Under the new policy, beat reporters with Pentagon credentials would have to sign a pledge not to obtain or use unauthorized material. The New York Times, the Washington Post, and the Wall Street Journal have all issued statements criticizing the move. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth posted on social media, quote, "Wear a badge and follow the rules or go home." However, reporters were already required to wear credentials inside the Pentagon.
6:05, take a look at this terrifying video here. Sparks shooting from the side of an airplane. This was a Delta Airlines jet. Passengers capturing this video of the sparks coming out of the Boeing 737 just after takeoff. As we take a closer look here, the plane was headed from Atlanta, Georgia to Sacramento when the crew reported that they were having a problem with one of the engines. The pilots then turned the plane around and made an emergency landing back in Atlanta. No one was hurt. The incident is under review.
Turning now to more local news, Madison's bus rapid transit system.
That's right, 1 year since it started.
And as this happens, as the city advances plans for a north-south expansion. So the system, known for its red lanes, quick stops, and electric buses, underwent a $200 million overhaul. Despite initial route issues and driver concerns, most malfunctions are reportedly fixed. Preliminary data shows riders are satisfied.
I feel like the rapid transit's easier than to find the numbers.
Right, and the buses are bigger and more comfortable.
Yeah, more comfortable, yeah.
So I took the 28, and that was really difficult because there's a lot of students, and you felt like you were a sardine. But now it's much less crowded.
Data shows an increase between the end of 2023 and the end of 2024, just after the east-west route was introduced. Meanwhile, the north-south route is set to begin its services in 2028. Thank you to everyone who's donated to our Codes for Kids campaign so far. We're now up to 1,490. We're now in week 3 of our drive, but still have a long way to go to reach our 5,000 coat goal. All sizes of gently used or new winter coats are needed, especially infant, toddler, and large teen sizes. You can donate to any area Clinky Cleaners until October 4th. You can find all the ways to donate on channel3000.com.
Well, hit musical Hamilton is returning to the Overture, and you can start scoring tickets this week on Thursday. The show runs January 6th through the 18th. The Overture says there's a maximum of 8 tickets per account. Lottery for 40 $10 tickets will be held closer to the show dates. You can begin buying those tickets Thursday at 11 a.m. at the Overture's website or in person at the ticket office. You could also find that link to purchase tickets on our website, channel3000.com.
Very nice. I know those tickets will go fast, so if you're looking to go, better log on.
Hopefully everything runs smoothly. You know, last time we had a big performance come through, Wicked. Things did not go too smoothly on opening night, so hopefully get those kinks worked out and everything. And it's all smooth sailing as Hamilton comes this winter.
Yes, that'll be a big one. Well, let's check in with Savannah, who's taking a look at those current temps. Not looking too bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. We've got plenty of 60s out there. In fact, everyone across Dane County is checking into the lower 60s right now. We even have that mid-60 in Sauk City, 64 there. A little bit cooler than that in Madison, 62. But outside of Dane County, there are a couple of mid to upper 50s. Black River Falls, one of the cooler spots at 55, 59 in Lone Rock, and 58 degrees currently in Viroqua. Janesville's still sitting at 61 too. Everyone's going to see the lower 70s, might have a few mid 70s. We've got a couple of spotty showers to talk about coming up.
All right, thanks, Savannah. Possible new surgery aimed at helping you get rid of sinus pressure faster. Its effectiveness and how patients are feeling. Just ahead.
And the Wisconsin Cheese Ball returns this weekend. Our Josh Breiter has a quick preview in the 608.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
6:12 in your health news this morning. The more alcohol people drink, the greater their risk for suicide. An analysis published by JAMA found that for every 1 liter per capita increase in alcohol consumption, the suicide mortality rate increases by more than 3%. The impact was the same for both men and women. Alcohol is a well-established risk factor for suicide. If you or someone you know is experiencing thoughts of suicide, please call or text the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline at 988.
Not enough women are being screened for anxiety and depression before and after pregnancy. A study of large urban medical centers found only 3 to 14% of women were screened for anxiety and depression, and 50 to 70% of women with symptoms of mental health disorders don't get a diagnosis. Women who do receive mental health services show faster reduction in depression symptoms.
Fall is here, meaning for many of us, sinuses may be acting up. A new study in the UK is now finding a new surgical treatment for chronic sinusitis. The uncomfortable feeling can last anywhere from 12 weeks or as long as a couple of years. Symptoms often include a runny nose, pressure, and congestion. More than 500 patients took part in the study. Some received a placebo, others low-dose antibiotics, and some underwent surgery. Researchers say the surgical group showed the best results.
At least 87% of the patients noticed significant improvement at the 6-month follow-up.
It is absolutely clear that surgery is the way forward, and if you get the right surgery at the right time, it is a real improvement.
Researchers are now looking into how much a surgery like this will cost, as well as how long patients could receive the benefits of the surgery.
Let's check in now with Savannah, giving us a fall inside look.
Yeah, this is a peek, a look at when we think we're going to peak here across pretty much the regions. The screen color is about early to mid-October. That's when we can expect that across basically the state line into southern Wisconsin and central Wisconsin. Early October, definitely going to be for northern Wisconsin. That blue up far across the UP, northern Wisconsin, including Rhinelander and far northeast Minnesota. That can be expected late September. For the Chicagoland area, that little sliver of yellow, that's early November. So late into the season, almost taking us up to a couple weeks before Thanksgiving. This is what we've got. This is courtesy of TravelWisconsin.com. As far as a little bit of patchy color, the further upstate you go, that's where you can expect that patchy color. I was up there the last 2 weekends. This weekend specifically, the past one, there was a little bit of patchy color close to Bayfield, Ashland, those areas. And then we're also seeing a few counties now towards the far northeastern, including Marionette County and the Green Bay area, reporting some patchy color. We had patchy fog early this morning, 3 miles in Janesville, not so much reaching the city of Madison, but this is becoming more widespread. There are several areas down to just a quarter of a mile. It includes Camp Douglas, Boscobel, Prairie du Chien, and La Crosse for Oakwood's down to 4 miles. So if you're traveling northwest of Madison, definitely allow a little bit of extra time. You will likely encounter some patchy fog the next couple of hours. As we get closer to mid to late morning, that's when the fog will clear. We're at 62 in Madison, 64 in Sauk City. There are a few areas cooler though. Lone Rock's at 59, Platteville at 58 this morning, and Camp Douglas at 57. But everyone's going to see at least the lower, maybe even a few mid-70s. I do think it'll be a couple of degrees cooler than yesterday, and there will still be a few isolated showers. Most should stay dry. I really think the morning, early afternoon hours are going to be the only chance we see a few very spotty showers develop on radar. And then after that, the rest of the day looks good. Partly sunny for most of southern Wisconsin. A little cooler. That trend continues into tomorrow, but then we rise back into the near 80-degree temperature range for the weekend and most of next week. So yeah, it's looking really summer-like. That's still going to be about 10 degrees above average.
Okay, not a lot of complaints.
No,
Kyron's got a big smile on her face.
Yes, I will until all these temperatures disappear.
Yep.
All right, thanks, Savannah. In the 608 this morning, the Wisconsin Cheese Ball returns to Madison this week. It's the ultimate celebration of Wisconsin's cheese culture.
The Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin joining our Josh Biter in studio with a preview.
Well, we love to celebrate cheese here in Wisconsin, and this might be the cheesiest of all weeks. We have Rachel Kerr with Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin joining us today. Rachel, good to see you.
Good morning. It's Cheese Week. It's officially here.
You guys are super excited, and I mean, there's a lot to celebrate here.
There is. I mean, Wisconsin is the state of cheese for a reason. We are, dairy is synonymous with the state of Wisconsin, and so the Art of Cheese Festival is put together to celebrate just that. A weekend of 30 different events, all celebrating a humble ingredient, Wisconsin cheese.
Yeah, and of course, you've got a lovely cheese board here today because we love cheese in Wisconsin. And why is it so important for us to celebrate this culture here in the Badger State?
Well, dairy is really what we do in Wisconsin. It's who we are. And really, you cannot have great cheese without great high-quality milk. And so this event truly honors the dairy farmers who work tirelessly to create such a humble ingredient that Wisconsin's master cheesemakers craft into over 600 different varieties of cheese. And so for this weekend, we have people descending on Wisconsin from all over the country. In fact, there's people from 30 different states planning to attend the festival, and locals, of course, to really enjoy what Wisconsin has to offer and enjoy the culture that we've cultivated here in the state.
Well, all sorts of event, but the big event is coming up Friday, the Cheese Ball.
Yes, the Cheese Ball is the marquee event of the weekend. It's our biggest celebration of Wisconsin cheese. There are still tickets available, so make sure to get yours now before they sell out. But we'll be joined by host Andrew Zimmer, who's going to MC the evening, chef from Bizarre Foods, who you probably love and know. And of course, we'll have some musical acts by the Pork Tornadoes and all of the cheese you can enjoy and sample and just celebrate.
What's not to love? I know I'll be there. My husband's coming with me. I mean, this is really what it's all about, is getting together and celebrating the cheesiest community of them all, right?
Exactly. I mean, this room will be filled with hundreds of cheese lovers from around the country, from locally, people who just want to celebrate it. And there's a lot of fun little surprises throughout the evening at the Cheese Ball. Obviously, we'll have lots of cheese. We're going to have the Wisconsin Cheese Bar, where mongers from our friends at Fromage Nation will be serving up different bites of cheese. Jennifer Billock, who's known as the Cheese Tyromancer, can actually divinate your future from a single piece of cheese.
Oh my gosh.
So I think that is going to be a must not miss moment of the Cheese Ball. And there'll be all sorts of different sampling stations, a raclette station. Chef Giovanni is going to be hand pulling fresh Wisconsin mozzarella. So all sorts of fun experiences that you won't want to miss.
And then what's happening Saturday?
Saturday is Cheese Fair off the square alongside Dane County Farmers Market. That's open from 8 to 1. And that's for cheese lovers of all ages to come and shop from 18 different Wisconsin producers from around the state. So not only will you see your fan favorites like Hooks and others at the Dane County Farmers Market, but come on over to Martin Luther King Drive and you will be able to see and sample from a lot of different Wisconsin cheesemakers.
Oh, it's going to be a great week. All right, where can people learn more about all of this stuff?
artofcheesefestival.com. That's where you can check out all of the events, check out your tickets, and make sure to snag them before they're gone.
All right, Rachel, thank you so much. Have a great week.
You bet. Thanks.
We appreciate it. More details up on channel3000.com. We'll send it back to you guys.
Thanks, Josh. Josh is always looking for inspirational stories to share with you. Have an idea? Reach out and let him know about it.
Still ahead, a teen transforms his family's basement with a spooky twist for a good cause.
And in our next half hour, a new bill at the state capitol would redefine what counts as legal hemp.
And before we head to break, let's take a look at gas prices. We'll be right back.
.623, we're back. Carly giving us some cotton candy vibes from her sunrise shot there. Is that what that reminds you of there, Savannah?
Oh yeah, cotton candy skies. Might be a little better in Arizona, but they're still pretty here too.
Perfect. Carly, thank you. Keep sending those photos. Hashtag MyNews3Morning. Well, here's a look at what's trending this morning. Would you let your child transform your basement into a haunted house for a good cause?
My basement's scary enough.
Scary enough. So no transformation needed here.
I'm going to start charging admission tonight if I wanted.
Well, hey, you might. Well, this teen was onto something, so hey, you might have to try it out. Halloween can't come soon enough for this teen in eastern Pennsylvania. 16-year-old Joseph Vinzial spent 6 months transforming his family's basement into a full-scale haunted hotel. Look at all the detail here, complete with a front desk, a luggage room, even a moving elevator. So Joseph designed every detail from old Hollywood-style decor to a speakeasy-inspired lounge, and his family and friends are helping bring the frights to life with 17 actors cast for this year's show. So for the first time, the Vinzial Manor is open to the public October 24th and 25th. Tickets are $5 with proceeds benefiting the Spirit of Children charity.
Very cool. I
so
like
you
the
had children in
candles and
mind.
lighting. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, yeah, a lot of hard work here. So kudos to him. That's a lot at 16.
Yeah, the elevator looks creepy.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to give some people, for $5, you can't beat that.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Haunted houses these days are like at least like $30 to $40. So.
Yes, exactly. So maybe you could do something good for the great cause. With
Here
your
we go.
basement.
Put the kids through college with that money.
Yeah. Well, Pennsylvania is on the map this morning. There's a new big cheese for the first time. An American has won France's Cheesemonger World Cup.
That's big news.
Yes, so Emilia Dialbero from Philadelphia took home gold, beating out competitors in 9 grueling rounds from blind tastings to carving cheese wheels by sight alone. And her final challenge was a 3D cheese sculpture showcasing the phases of the moon. So who knew cheese work was that serious?
Yeah, I know. It's pretty cool. I want to taste it.
Yeah, I don't know about tasting it. I'm not a big cheesy girl. Not just,
I never used to be. Then you come to Wisconsin and
that things change for you.
Not a cheese head, but I like cheese.
Okay, cheese, yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
good.
Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
The list of things you like is pretty short.
Yeah, you
I'm just saying, every day we learn something else.
You're not wrong.
You're not into.
I don't know. My palate has opened up a little bit as an adult, so you know, give me a little credit where credit's due.
Right,
she just has a long list of things to try across southern Wisconsin.
Exactly.
There we go. Back after this. This morning, new details from the Sun Prairie School District about what led to the arrest of West High School's former Dean of Students. We'll break down what the district knew and when.
Autism is a part of neurodiversity that just deserves to be celebrated.
Plus, the White House announces new autism warnings for Tylenol, where local experts say the focus should be.
And breaking news, Badger football's future after the loss to Maryland. UW's chancellor weighs in on the athletic director. Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Kyrie Lee. Thanks for waking up with us this morning. 1 week left of September.
That's it. We're now into fall, and it's not feeling like it at all. It's not feeling like September is almost over. It's feeling like August is just beginning.
And I am okay with that. And I know Savannah is too. Let's check in to see the 3 things people need to know as you're heading out the door this morning.
Yeah, good morning, guys. We've got a little bit of patchy fog out there, but yeah, summer-like weather is going to continue. We are tracking a few more fall-of-like days with cooler temperatures. That's over the next couple of days, today, tomorrow, and Thursday. But then we are tracking above normal temperatures that move right back in summer-like weather for the weekend and most of next week. We do have a couple of spotty showers that we could see. I think most of us across southern Wisconsin dry and partly sunny. The better chances are going to be south of the border across northern Illinois and the Chicagoland area. But temperature is definitely going to be a few degrees cooler, and that trend continues into tomorrow. 73 only for our highs today, but that's closer to where we should be across Wisconsin. We'll talk about the warm up and also any chances for additional showers this week coming up.
Thanks, Savannah. Now to that breaking Badger football news. UW's chancellor weighing in on the athletic director's future. The State Journal reporting Jennifer Mnuchin giving AD Chris McIntosh her full support. Quoting now, "We all know what a complicated time it is for college athletics. McIntosh has my full confidence as we navigate these challenges here at UW-Madison," she says. Many Badger fans calling for a regime change after Saturday's embarrassing loss to Maryland and that blowout to Alabama. They want Luke Fickell out and the guy who hired him, McIntosh. McIntosh, though, under contract through the 28-29 season. It would cost $4.4 million to buy him out. Season tickets for general seating areas are down 10%. Meanwhile, game attendance is the lowest it's been since 1922.
Now we are moving on to new details this morning from the Sun Prairie School District. The district has released personnel records for Robert Gilkey Meisegeier, the former West High School Dean of Students, now charged with child sex crimes. The documents outline when staff first learned of his alleged actions and how the district responded.
This all starts in April of this year. As we break it down, you'll see April 3rd, 2025, a message to the district alleging a student was subject to inappropriate behavior. That included frequent contact between Gilkey Meisegeier and the student in his office. He would also drive that student home.
And the next day, Director Bridget Kotarek forwards that message to Principal Jennifer Plogar. Gilkey Meisegeier is placed on leave immediately.
April 7th now of this year, an investigative meeting between the Director of Human Resources, Chris Sadler, and Gilkey Meisegeier. There, Gilkey Meisegeier allegedly admitted to giving students rides and texting students as a part of his coaching duties. He denied, though, any inappropriate questions, and after speaking with the student and the parent, Sadler determined no inappropriate relationship. Gilkey Meisegeier returned to work that next day.
Now to May 5th, Gilkey Meisegeier fails to report a student's claim of a sexual act involving teacher David Harper. Instead, records say he warned Harper about the allegation. By the week of May 26th, he allegedly learns a student was performing sex acts on 2 staff members and assumes those staffs were Harper and himself.
Now, on June 2nd, the district finds out about those incidents, and Gilkey Meisegeier admits to not reporting the child abuse. He is then placed on leave again. Records show that Sadler told Gilkey Meisegeier to file an education misconduct investigation with the Department of Public Instruction.
The district terminates him on June 9th because he did not report child sexual abuse. In July, prosecutors charged him with 2 counts of child sexual exploitation and 13 counts of possessing child pornography.
His arrest has led to an independent investigation by a Milwaukee area attorney into how the district handled all of this. Multiple staff members have been placed on leave. Former Principal Ploger was also removed, but the district has not said whether she is on leave because of these incidents.
Teacher David Harper is no longer employed, though he faces no criminal charges. Gilkey Meisegeier has pleaded not guilty. Meanwhile, a parent is suing the district, citing concerns over transparency and closed-door meetings tied to the investigation.
It's a lot of information here, so if you want a full breakdown of all of it, including the timeline, the charges, and the reaction, log on to channel3000.com, and you can get it through the News 3 Now mobile app. Make sure to sign up for those push alerts.
Now to national news. In just a few hours, President Trump will address the United Nations General Assembly. The Trump administration says the president will use his speech to highlight U.S. strength and what he calls his key accomplishments. More than 100 heads of state are in New York for this historic gathering. Many foreign diplomats met yesterday with Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Today, the president is also scheduled to meet with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky.
Now to President Trump's unfounded claims about Tylenol. This morning, the White House says that the FDA will alert physicians about potential autism risks linked to Tylenol use during pregnancy. So far, there have been no studies to confirm the connection. Acetaminophen, Tylenol's active ingredient, has long been considered safe for pregnant women. News 3 Now spoke to experts and a mom whose son was diagnosed with autism 13 years ago. Both believe the focus should be on accommodations rather than finding a cure for something that's mostly genetic.
We're creating classrooms, we're creating workplaces, we're creating communities that are accessible and accommodating. Autism is a part of neurodiversity that just deserves to be celebrated.
I think we just want them to actually pay attention to what people are asking for, what would make people's lives better day to day, because this isn't it.
Medical organizations, including the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, have pushed back against the announcement, calling it concerning and irresponsible. The announcement sent shares for Tylenol's parent company, Kenvue, plunging yesterday. They have, though, in overnight trading, recovered most of those losses. Kenvue says it continues to believe that acetaminophen does not cause autism.
At the state capitol, Republican lawmakers are moving to close a THC loophole by redefining legal hemp. Right now, hemp-derived products like Delta-8 and THCA, which experts say can have psychoactive effects, are legal. The proposed bill would stop those products from hitting the market. Businesses built under the current law could be forced to shut down. But the bill's lead author argues the industry should have known better.
This market was created because of a loophole, and that was a chance that businesses took when they opened their business.
It would completely handicap an industry that is generating incomes, jobs, rental spaces. It's foolish.
That was Brooke Bartels, who's preparing to open a dispensary in Madison. He says lawmakers should focus on regulation instead of a ban. He says that outlawing hemp-derived THC could fuel a black market surge. The bill is still in its early stages and is currently circulating for co-sponsorship.
Construction on a homeless shelter on Madison's east side expected to be done in early 2026. The mayor, though, says the shelter still needs some more funding for it, $4 million to fully function. Mayor Sadie Rhodes Conway touring the facility yesterday. She addressed the shelter's potential and the hope that it'll become the first 24/7, 365-day-a-year homeless facility in the city. She emphasized that private sectors join her in helping community members in need.
In more national news, tonight, Jimmy Kimmel Live returns after last week's suspension by ABC over controversy surrounding Kimmel's monologue on the MAGA movement. Disney, ABC's parent company, paused the show to tease tensions and to ease tensions and held talks with Kimmel. The host is expected to address the suspension in his opening monologue tonight. However, local broadcaster Sinclair will preempt the show with news programming. The True North Music and Food Festival is coming to the Duck Pond this weekend. The festival features some of Madison's best chefs and emerging regional music. Madison Magazine is a proud sponsor of the event. Tickets can be found at truenorthfest.com and start at $15. $2 from each ticket sold will benefit Domestic Abuse Intervention Services and the Dane County Food Collective. That's this Saturday, the 27th.
6:38 now. To baseball, the Brewers may have their division title, but there is still some business to take care of before the postseason. Crew kicking off a series with the Padres last night, who are fighting for a playoff spot themselves, all tied up in the 10th. Extra innings. Bryce Terang at the plate slaps one up the middle, and Sal Frelick just slips by to give the Brewers the lead, 4-3. Padres, though, will get a chance to tie it up and even win it. You see where I'm going with this. Gavin Sheets is going to ground into a force out to the first baseman with a runner on third. That'll score. Tied at 4 now with Freddie Fermin coming up to bat with a chance to be the hero. All he's got to do is put it in play, and he does. Padres secure a spot in the postseason and beat the Brewers 5-4. Lions and Ravens in action on Monday Night Football. This was a back-and-forth shootout until the end. Jahmyr Gibbs with a little trickery here from the Lions. Handoff and a little whoop, and he takes it 4 yards in for the score to put the Lions up 28-21. Later, David Montgomery. He had a night, to say the least. He will break through somehow and take it all the way, 31 yards for the score, 151 yards in the night, couple of touchdowns for Montgomery. Lions upset the Ravens in Baltimore. How about that? What is with the NFC North? Everybody winning this week but the Packers? What's going on?
I miss having David Montgomery on the Bears. Love that guy. He was one of my favorites.
Yeah, he was a beast last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, he put in the work, and so, yeah, I guess the Packers are going to have to come in from the tail.
You know, I think this is a crucial week coming up for the Packers. With the Cowboys, you know, if they can get some confidence back, you know, that's what those young players need. We've got such a young, talented squad. They just need to know just how good they are and, you know, hopefully roll on some of that momentum. So Cowboys game's got to be critical.
I think the Packers can do it.
Yeah.
Hey.
Look,
thank you.
Only because of how much the Bears beat them last week, though, okay?
Bears did beat up on the Cowboys. They did.
I don't know. I don't really like the Cowboys, though. So
who does?
Packers can win. It's
Hey,
fine.
there's a few fans out there.
Few and far between here in Wisconsin.
You got random teams all over the place.
Fans
so,
who don't know any better.
Exactly. Well, guys, we've got some patchy fog this morning. This is a live look outside of Platteville. Temperatures, those are off to a pretty nice start, and you can still see a little bit of that sunrise despite the cloud cover and the fog that we do have. It's a little bit more prominent northwest of Madison, so if you're traveling up there near Boscobel, Lone Rock, Prairie du Chien, and then up towards La Crosse, allow a little bit of extra time. Temperatures, we're still going to be warm, closer to normal this afternoon, though. We've got the lower to mid 70s, a little cooler tomorrow, but then a summer-like weekend ahead. We'll have those details coming up.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
In the 608, the Wisconsin Cheese Ball returns to Madison this week. They call it the ultimate celebration of Wisconsin's cheese culture.
The dairy farmers of Wisconsin joining our Josh Piter in studio with a preview.
Well, we love to celebrate cheese here in Wisconsin, and this might be the cheesiest of all weeks. We have Rachel Kerr with Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin joining us today. Rachel, good to see you.
Good morning. It's Cheese Week. It's officially here.
You guys are super excited, and I mean, there's a lot to celebrate here.
There is. I mean, Wisconsin is the state of cheese for a reason. We are, you know, dairy is synonymous with the state of Wisconsin, and so the Art of Cheese Festival is put together to celebrate just that. A weekend of 30 different events, all celebrating a humble ingredient, Wisconsin cheese.
Yeah, and of course, you've got a lovely cheese board here today because we love cheese in Wisconsin. And why is it so important for us to celebrate this culture here in the Badger State?
Well, dairy is really what we do in Wisconsin. It's who we are. And really, you cannot have great cheese without great high-quality milk. And so this event truly honors the dairy farmers who work tirelessly to create such a humble ingredient that Wisconsin's master cheesemakers craft into over 600 different varieties of cheese. And so for this weekend, we have people descending on Wisconsin from all over the country. In fact, there's people from 30 different states planning to attend the festival, and locals, of course, to really enjoy what Wisconsin has to offer and enjoy the culture that we've cultivated here in the state.
Well, all sorts of event, but the big event is coming up Friday, the Cheese Ball.
Yes, the Cheese Ball is the marquee event of the weekend. It's our biggest celebration of Wisconsin cheese. There are still tickets available, so make sure to get yours now before they sell out. But we'll be joined by host Andrew Zimmern, who's going to MC the evening, chef from Bizarre Foods, who you probably love and know. And of course, we'll have some musical acts by the Pork Tornadoes and all of the cheese you can enjoy and sample and just celebrate.
What's not to love? I know I'll be there. My husband's coming with me. I mean, this is really what it's all about, is getting together and celebrating the cheesiest community of them all, right?
Exactly. I mean, this room will be filled with hundreds of cheese lovers from around the country, from locally, people who just want to celebrate it. And there's a lot of fun little surprises throughout the evening at the Cheese Ball. Obviously, we'll have lots of cheese. We're going to have the Wisconsin Cheese Bar, where mongers from our friends at Fromage Nation will be serving up different bites of cheese. Jennifer Billock, who's known as the cheese tyromancer, can actually divinate your future from a single piece of cheese.
Oh my gosh.
So I think that is going to be a must not miss moment of the Cheese Ball. And there'll be all sorts of different sampling stations, a raclette station. Chef Giovanni is going to be hand pulling fresh Wisconsin mozzarella. So all sorts of fun experiences that you won't want to miss.
And then what's happening Saturday?
Saturday is Cheese Fair off the square alongside Dane County Farmers Market. That's open from 8 till 1. And that's for cheese lovers of all ages to come and shop from 18 different Wisconsin producers from around the state. So not only will you see your fan favorites like Hooks and others at the Dane County Farmers Market, but come on over to Martin Luther King Drive and you will be able to see and sample from a lot of different Wisconsin cheesemakers.
Oh, it's going to be a great week. All right, where can people learn more about all of this stuff?
artofcheesefestival.com. That's where you can check out all of the events, check out your tickets, and make sure to snag them before they're gone.
All right, Rachel, thank you so much. Have a great week.
You bet. Thanks.
We appreciate it. More details up on channel3000.com. We'll send it back to you guys.
Thanks, Josh. You know, Josh is always looking for inspiration to share in the 608. Have an idea for him? Reach out and let him know about it.
Let's check in now with Savannah. I know as the days go on, that sunset happening sooner and sooner.
Earlier and earlier. Yeah, we've got a sunset later this evening, 6:52 p.m. By mid-October on the 15th specifically, that drops to 6:14. And then I included the time change. So by late November, the day after Halloween, 5:48 p.m. And then we fall back an hour, our new sunset time, 4:47 p.m. So yeah, days keep getting shorter and shorter. But a lot of people are excited to see that fall color. I put this map together, an expected estimation of when you can expect the peak color. I think for most of us across about central and then into southern Wisconsin down towards the Illinois-Wisconsin border, we've got to wait until about mid-October, early October for areas far north, and then even the Rhinelander area, UP, far northeastern Minnesota, already starting to see or get very close to that peak. That's expected late September. For the Chicagoland area, we got to wait till about early November. Most of northern Illinois and downstate in Illinois, early to late October into early November. That's included the Chicagoland area as well. This morning, we've got a lot of fog, not reaching the city of Madison, but across Rock County, Janesville's down to 4. Very widespread and pretty low of visibilities northwest of here. That's closer to where that stationary front is still sitting. Could see a couple of showers later in the day. Wisconsin Dells is down to half mile, Camp Douglas at 1/4, Black River Falls is at 2, and Lone Rock at 5. Leave an extra 5 to 10 minutes because you probably will encounter some patchy areas of fog if you're traveling far northwest of Madison. Few spotty showers, that can't be ruled out. We are waking up with some cloud cover right now, but I think most of us will see partly sunny skies later in the day, and temperatures that'll be a little bit cooler. We're looking at the mid-70s as we head for the afternoon, lower to mid-70s across most of southern Wisconsin. Few areas of green showing up on radar through the day. The better chance is going to be far south of here, though, across northern Illinois. Those areas basically down towards Janesville, Beloit, Monroe, south of Platteville, and near Lake Geneva. Those places did get added once again to abnormally dry conditions. So those areas could use it the most and basically have the best chance of seeing it the next few days, but again, spotty at best. And then we're tracking very dry weather into the weekend and most of next week.
All right, not too bad at all. I like these temps. Savannah, thank you. Coming up in the morning sprint, a new study shows a gap in care before and after pregnancy.
If you have a little kiddo turning 3 soon, send us a picture. We'll show it on TV. .654, time for the morning sprint.
UW Chancellor Jennifer Mnuchin backs athletic director Chris McIntosh amid fan unrest. Despite calls to fire coach Luke Fickell after losses to Maryland and Alabama, Mnuchin expresses full confidence in McIntosh to steer UW Madison through current challenges. McIntosh is contracted through the 28-29 season with a $4.4 million buyout. Season ticket sales have dropped 10%, and game attendance is at its lowest since 1922.
Sun Prairie School District releasing the personnel records of Robert Gilkey Meisa-Geyer, the former West High School dean charged with child sex crimes. The records provide a clear timeline of the months leading up to his arrest. It includes when the district was made aware of his alleged actions and when they took action. The former dean has pleaded not guilty to child sex exploitation and possession of child pornography.
The Department of Public Instruction says the Deaf Blind Assistance Project will lose funding by the end of the month. WDBTAP serves 170 students from birth to the age of 21. 85% of them have 4 or more disabilities. It provides services to deaf blind students so needs are met in the classroom. That includes lending equipment and sign language learning.
Not enough women are being screened for anxiety and depression before and after pregnancy. That's according to a new study. A study of large urban medical centers published in JAMA that found only 3 to 14% of women were screened for anxiety and depression, and 50 to 70% of women with symptoms of mental health disorders don't get diagnoses. Women who do receive mental health services show faster reduction in depression symptoms.
The medical world is pushing back against President Trump's unfounded claims about Tylenol. The FDA will now alert physicians about potential autism risk linked to Tylenol use during pregnancy. The American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists criticized the announcement as concerning and irresponsible.
We could see a few very spotty showers the next couple of days. The better chances are going to be south of Madison, though. I do think most of us stay partly sunny, and then a lot of sunshine expected Friday into this weekend. Dry weather, no chances for rain, and summer-like temperatures close to 80 degrees. Looks pretty good.
All right, you can keep out that summer gear for now.
Yeah, still need the swimsuit and swim trunks.
All right, Savannah, thank you.
CBS Mornings is next.